When you are on the journey of becoming the alchemist or have become the alchemist, you have had to learn how to be delusional. You literally become delusional on purpose. You literally have to lose your mother freaking mind in order to become the alchemist, in order to activate your power, your purpose, your beauty, your magnetism, your je ne sais quoi. Listen, you had to become delusional. But let me tell you why. Welcome to Alcheminity, because turning pain into power is sexy. And I am your host and creator of this here colony, the queen bee of this here colony, Miss Burgess. If you're nasty, you already know. Y'all, let's get into this message, okay? Those of you who want to work with me, collaborate with me, invite me on your podcast, your panel discussions, your whatever, all that information is in the description box below. Reach out to me, okay? Get your copy of Activate, get your merch, and please continue to donate to the society. Now let's get into this, y'all. Listen, if you're here subscribed on Alcheminity, you're Delulu. I know. Isn't that what people say now? They delulu. Oh, she delulu. Oh, he delulu. And when they say this about you, I want you to tell them, you're right. I want you to tell them that they're right. And I want you to prove to them that they're right. Yes, you are delulu. Yes, you had to become delusional if you were going to survive the shit you just walked through. Ooh! If you were going to make it out of that hell, okay? If you were going to make it through the shit that you've been through, girl, through the shit that you've been through, my guy, okay? You had to lose your fucking mind. I'm hearing Seal, no, we're never gonna survive unless we get a little crazy. Oh, what? No, we're never gonna survive unless we are a little crazy. Yeah. Yes, honey. Y'all, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in this moment because I know the journey and the path that you're on, that we've all had to walk down in order to activate who and what we are and why we've come to this planet, in order to remember, i.e. put back together again all the parts and pieces of ourselves that we left scattered in other lifetimes, and we had to bring them together in this lifetime. We had to, We had to dissemble in order to reassemble. Is dissemble a word? Listen, let's keep going. You had to become delusional if you were going to survive. And the only thing we think about as alchemists on the journey, again, the only reason we become alchemists is because we've been through the most shit. And this is what makes you sexy. The fact that you were able to turn what was pit against you into things to work for you and with you. This is what makes you an alchemist. This is what makes you sexy. This is what makes you formidable. This is what makes you divine. This is what makes you magnetic, right? But in order to become the alchemist and to activate this superpower, your spiritual abilities, right? Because alchemists awaken their spiritual abilities. They awaken their cosmic gifts, so to speak. You awakened your intuitive abilities, your empathic abilities. You awaken to the truth that you were born a psychic. You awaken to the truth that you were born witches in past lives and were probably hung and burned for who you were, and then you reincarnated and came back. You awaken all of these truths and this knowledge about yourself. And this is what made you the alchemist, right? So in order to become the alchemist, you had to be delusional because of the shit you were in. As alchemists, you're just merely trying to survive. You had no idea that once you became the alchemist, then not only would you survive, but that you would thrive. That you would rise, that you would become the phoenix rising into the dawn of your new days, rising through the ashes of the old. You had to become delulu. You had to become delusional if you were going to make it out. And if you were going to make it out alive. Now, there were parts of you that had to die in order for you to make it out alive. What? They never told us this. What? Why do they do that? How does that even work? For those of us in this journey of alchemists, we know exactly how it works. You had to die in order to live. I'm hearing Nicki Minaj, because everybody dies, but not everybody lives, or everybody's alive, but not everybody's, something she said. I don't know. Put it in the comments. I can't remember, y'all. Put it in the comments. What did Nicki Minaj say? Okay. But they never told us that in order to live, we had to die. So for many of you, you became the alchemists because you died. You became the alchemist because you had to lose your mind. You became the alchemist because you had to become delusional. You had to lose the mind and the you that you once had and once were in order to become the you that you are now. In order to fully activate, you had to lose something, and you lost. For those of us in this journey, to lose or loss is really just getting rid of, right? It really isn't a loss when you put that shit right there and left it there on purpose, right? No, I didn't lose friends or lose a relationship or lose that job. I walked away from so-called friends. I walked away from so-called relationships and heartbreak and betrayal. I walked away from this person. I walked away from this place, this thing. I walked away from this job. I didn't lose it. I left that bitch there. I didn't lose it. I left that nigga. I didn't lose that man. I left that man, right? Okay. Listen, y'all know I'm crazy. We got to laugh a little bit. We got to laugh because it's been one hell of a journey, has it not? It has. So the idea of becoming delusional, let's break this down. For those of us on this journey of delusion, okay, we're not talking about delusion as, as far as those who have been medically diagnosed as bipolar or schizophrenic. We're not talking about that level, okay? If anybody comes here in the comment section talking about you shouldn't, this is not for you. This is way over your head. Rise up a little bit more. Raise your kundalini up a little bit more, okay? You haven't fully reached your crown. You're not sitting on your throne. If I have to explain this to you, this is not for you, okay? To those of you this is meant for, hello. By the way, shouts out to the new subscribers. Hello. This is meant for you. This is your home. This is your colony. So welcome home, okay? Thank you for subscribing here. I'm glad we found each other again in this lifetime. So for those of you in this journey, the idea of delusion simply means that you lost or got rid of or walked away from thoughts and ideas and ways of being and living that you knew were not going to survive the journey to where you were being called to go. You knew they were not energetic alignment. You were not in energetic alignment to who you were being called to become and unbecome, to who you were being called to activate into. Those thoughts that you had about yourself and about your life and about love and relationships and your existence, you knew you had to get rid of those. You had to burn that shit away. And so you become delusional in order to survive on this next journey that you're on. For example, y'all, you'll read about this in my book, Activate, Unorthodox Philosophies that Explore Anxiety, Depression, and Suicidal Thoughts as Symptoms of Suppressed Superpower. For those of you who've ordered your copy, I appreciate you. I cannot wait for you to crack it open and get into it, okay? For those of you who haven't, again, you can order it on Amazon in paperback or ebook, or you can order your copy directly from me from my website, TimmeshaBurgess.com. As a matter of fact, I only have 3 copies left to autograph and send out, all right? Only 3 copies left, so make sure you get it if you want it directly from me. My mother was sentenced to prison back in 2017. She was sentenced to like 40 years in prison at the age of 60. And we had to fight for her life. One day she called me when she was inside, and, we would talk like weekly. And she called, and, you have an incoming collect call, however, from inmate. And you would hear my mother's voice. And she would say, or she would say, hey, it's your mama, it's mom. And she called, and she was feeling really down this day. And the whole journey for us was death and rebirth. And she called one day, and she was crying, and she was saying, I don't know how to take this or how to get through this. And I said, Mama, you're not alone. We are fighting through this together. Again, y'all will read about it in the book. And something in me shifted. And it happened when she called. I was just so happened to be at my altar meditating in that moment before she called. And I'd activated some things beforehand. And when she called, I was in this space. I was, when you're meditating, y'all, when you're having one of those deep meditations, you come out of it almost in like a euphoric state, right? And she called, and I was still in this euphoric energy, because you're calling on your ancestors, you're calling on energies. I mean, my candles were lit, my incense were burning. I had my crystals and my chakras and my things in alignment. So she called at a very high vibrational time. And she was just in her emotions and feeling really down. And I said to her, or my spirit spoke through me and said to her, Mama, and this came out of nowhere, y'all, but we know where, but it came out of nowhere. And I hadn't even had the thought, but this knowing and this ancient energy that we activate and awaken within us speaks through us. A lot of the times we don't plan it. It just happens, right? And so this energy, this ancient energy spoke through me, and it said to her, if we are going to make it, if we are going to win, if you are going to live and make it out of this situation, not only do we have to fight, and we had to fight, y'all, but we have to become delusional. Mama, we have to become delusional. I cannot help you fight for your life if you're going to call me and be sad in this energy. We don't have the space for it, Mama. We don't have the space. We don't have the time to sit here and cry and slumber. We have got to become delusional if we're going to win. And if this is going to be the type of energy you're going to be in, then we are going to lose. Whew. That is the type of knowing, an ancient power that awakens in us when we activate, to where it teaches you to be delusional. And so that's what we did. Again, you can read more about that when you get your copy of Activate. To become delusional means, like, for example, right now, I'm talking to y'all. When I record a lot of these videos and this content, right now, in the physical human eye, I'm walking around in my living room in my apartment looking out at the window, and it's snow on the ground. And I'm literally just in jogging pants and socks and long sleeves because it's cold. But in my spiritual mind, I am on a private island on my villa looking out at the ocean or at the lands. I'm in Bali somewhere on my villa. I'm on a private mega yacht in the middle of the French Riviera. Okay. In my sarong with nothing on underneath, but booty naked and barefoot, skin glowing, hair is flowing, with a glass of champagne in my hand. Right now, in my spiritual eye, I'm walking around on my land in the sarong, with nothing on underneath and the wind is blowing. And I can feel the wind just slightly breeze past my pussy. Because again, I have nothing on underneath. And the wind is blowing through my hair or my extensions, whatever I got on. And I'm walking around on my land bare feet, or I'm walking around my swimming pool bare feet, and the wind is blowing, and I look up and I see my man waving to me, and I wave back. Okay, I'm telling you, delusional. I had to become delusional in order to activate my mission and my power and my purpose. I had to become delusional. When I was on this journey at the very beginning stages, in the past videos, y'all probably saw a video where I was talking about healing your gut as a way of activating your beauty, because a lot of our mental health and our outer health stems from our gut, and how important it is to heal the gut. In the early stages of my journey, when I was coming into this knowledge, my skin was breaking out like left and right. 2020, my skin was breaking out like crazy. But I was always having these experiences where my skin would be good and nice, and then something would break it out, good and nice, something break it out. And so I had to figure out the science of my body and of my gut. And what I would do sometimes, I would stand in the mirror and I would have on my turmeric mask. I shared with y'all, how to maintain your beauty when you're broke. If you haven't watched that video, listen to that. Go and listen to that, okay? But I would be in the mirror and I would say things like, oh, your skin is so beautiful. Oh, my skin is so beautiful. Timmesha, your skin is so beautiful. Looking in my eyes, oh, your skin is so beautiful. How is it that your skin is so glowy and even toned and dewy and bright? Oh my gosh, Timmesha, you get compliments on your skin all the time. It looks like you're wearing makeup when you're not wearing makeup. That's how beautiful your skin is. Oh my God, your skin is so beautiful. You're so beautiful. Oh my God, you're so fit. You're so sexy. I would speak to myself like that. Even though my skin in the moment looked like a Nestle Crunch bar, hyperpigmentation, bumps coming from nowhere, I didn't know what to do, burn marks from using chemicals that weren't suitable for my skin, and then another breakout and another break on top of that. I mean, y'all, I was going through it with my skin for a very long time. And so, yes, I was healing my gut, and yes, I was making at-home healing tonics, but I was also delusional with myself, because when I would look in the mirror, I would pretend that what I was seeing did not exist. And I would say those types of words to myself. And now today, my skin is the most beautiful it's ever been. I get compliments on my skin all the time. People ask me what I use on my skin. Oh my gosh, your skin is so pretty. And I just laugh and say, thank you. But my laugh is appreciation, but it's also, ooh, honey, if you knew the journey I was on to activate this skin, to activate what you call beautiful, right? So that's just a simple example of what delusion looked like. But yes, y'all, you had to learn to become delusional. Delusion is a powerful thing if you know how to use it, if you know how to activate it, okay? For those who didn't learn how to activate delusion, many are diagnosed with some sort of mental disorder, right? May need some sort of medication or some form of therapy or whatever. That is not what we're talking about on this level. There are some things that are diagnosable that some people do need medication and therapy for, all right? For those of you who are here, you are activating your divine spiritual gifts, wisdom, and ability, and things that you've kept suppressed, things you've kept hidden, things you were taught to demonize and vilify. And so for you, delusion is supposed to work to activate you if you are activating it and using it and integrating it correctly. And this is how you do that. So for those of you who know that you had to become delusional in order to survive and to thrive and to rise, I want you to put it in the comments, okay? Let's see, what shall we put in the comments? You can put, I had to become delusional in order to rise and thrive. I had to become delusional in order to activate. Delusion was necessary for my activation. Whatever you want to put in the comments, put it in the comments. You had to become delusional, and you did. And I'm so fucking proud of you. The fact that y'all are here and have subscribed and all the new subscribers are coming in, it's proof that you're not alone. It's proof that we've all been on this journey together. It's proof that delusion has led you here. You are such a fucking alchemist because you use delusion to activate your power and your purpose. Damn, that makes you sexy. Oh my God, that makes you so fucking sexy. You use delusion to rise. And that is what makes you sexy. So anyway, I hope this resonated with y'all. I know that it did. Again, all the information you need to know to work with me or get your copy or get your merch is in the description box. Thank you for your donations, your Zelles, your Cash Apps, your super thanks, y'all. It helps so much. Please continue to bring those in. That helps me expand the messages here on Alcheminity to a more global audience, okay? Yeah, y'all know I work a job outside of this, so your donations really do help keep things afloat, keep them coming. For those of you who have joined membership, some juicy stuff is waiting for you. So go ahead and get your membership if you haven't already and go and get that juicy, yummy, orgasmic content that I can't post publicly on YouTube. You just got to go get it under memberships. Also, consider becoming a Patreon member as well. There are some support memberships for you there. And there's also my masterclass for those of you. Also, the Activate Book Club is located on patreon.com/Alcheminity as well. So for those of you who've gotten your copy of Activate and want to be a part of the book club, there's some things that you read in the book that you want to talk about and break down and dissect, then join the book club and we can go from there. Anyway, I will see y'all. I'll speak to y'all next time. Ciao for now. Mwah. No, you're never gonna survive unless you get a little crazy. Y'all, put this in the comments. No, you're never gonna survive unless you are a little crazy. All right, I'm going for real. Ciao for now.